Let's kick off our opening drive brought to you by Chevy. For our first down today, one of the biggest questions we've been trying to answer this offseason is where Caleb Williams fits in among the NFL's quarterback pecking order. And Clay's guys over at PFF, they released their quarterback rankings ahead of the 2026 season. They have a lot of rankings. They like to put out a lot of lists. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams did not make the top 10. Buffalo's Josh Allen coming in at number 1. And the only NFC North quarterback to make the top 10 was Jordan Love at number 6. Caleb Williams coming in there at number 13. So let's start with just sort of your generic thoughts on this list, guys. What's your initial reaction? Do you agree with these rankings?
No, I don't. I think I have a lot of respect for Pro Football Focus because of the way they measure everything and every snap. But I think this is very analytical and metrics driven, and I think Caleb Williams, it's very hard to just confine his evaluation to the numbers because what he has is the special. How do you evaluate and weigh the special? And when you do weigh the special, it's not any exaggeration to say he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Hands down, end of story.
Yeah, it matters what you do, but it also matters when you do it. When it's the last minute of a game, when it's the last quarter of the game, when you're in these big situations, Caleb Williams is at his best. Jordan Love, I know he was 3rd in QBR. He was 6th in passer rating, so he does have an argument there. But Caleb Williams, what he does is he is the best when it's winning time, and that's what I want my quarterback to do.
I think when you look at this list and you see Brock Purdy there at number 10, Drake May at number 9, obviously I think it's hard to argue with maybe that top 5. I honestly actually do have some concerns about Matthew Stafford being at number 5. I think he's probably one of the, if not the best quarterback in football right now, especially heading into this season. Sam Darnold, guys, just won the Super Bowl. He's at 14, and I know you can say that it's because of the defense, but he did his job there, and he got him all the way.
With due respect, though, he was more passenger than driver. He did a nice job, but that defense is the reason they're sized for Super Bowl rings. And I like the top 5. I don't think you can argue much with that, Clay. But I think when you look at 6 through 10, Jordan Love is not a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he's better than Caleb Williams. I don't think he's going to have a better season than Caleb Williams. Justin Herbert, I can accept that. Even Dak Prescott. But then Drake May, I think Drake May and Brock Purdy, they fall in the category. They're kind of system guys.
Yeah.
I think Drake May needs to do more. Then you look at Trevor Lawrence, Jaden Daniels. I would take Caleb Williams ahead of those two guys right now. So it is maybe sounding a little bit provincial, maybe a bit like, we're wearing our bear goggles. But Caleb Williams is a top 10 quarterback.
To me, the biggest reach on this was Jared Goff at 16. Jared Goff was second in rating, was second in passing yards, and this guy's his 16th best quarterback in the NFL. To me, that's you're getting style points there because he's not the most flashy quarterback when you're running a system. His team, everybody thinks the Lions had a terrible year last year. Their offense was 4th in yards and points. Jared Goff still had an excellent year. He has he had great 4 past years. He needs to be higher than 16, David.
You know who's loving this list? Kyler Murray. Because if he's healthy, there's no way that he's the 21st best quarterback in the NFL.
It's funny when you think about Caleb Williams at number 13 on this list because you think about him by the numbers and you're saying, okay, this is a list that has a certain group of criteria that you're judging these quarterbacks on. And maybe if Caleb Williams just does this, he cracks the top 10. What is that?
To me, it's not, even when you look at the numbers, I'm looking at them right here. Passing yards, 7th. Passing touchdowns, 6th. Passing yards plus rushing yards, 6th.
Percentage.
It's completion percentage.
Efficiency.
Right.
It's the efficiency that matches the explosiveness.
Exactly. The 58% completion percentage, which was basically second to last among starting quarterbacks. I get that. But when you look at his explosive ability, his running ability, his ability to make plays when it matters, Caleb will be higher on this list. I think he leapfrogs Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, and he gets in that top 10 list by the end of this season.
I agree with you, and ultimately it will be victories because he's a winner, and if he leads the Bears back to the playoffs, I think you'll see him legitimately a top 10 guy.
Let's transition to our second down of this opening drive and talk about Ben Johnson's play calling for a minute. Ryan Paganetti pointed this out on Twitter because no NFL play caller this century has treated second and short like a free shot more aggressively than Ben Johnson. When you look at some of these numbers, among 68 play callers with 70 or more games called since 1999, Ben Johnson ranks first in second and 1 pass rate, first and second in 1 and 2, 1 to 2 pass rate, and first and second and 1 to 3 pass rate. No current projected 2026 play caller is even within 17 percentage points of Ben Johnson on second and 1. So I ask you fellas this. Do you like Ben Johnson's aggressive approach when it comes to second and short?
I do, because it is old school football. It is the way you looked at it in the olden days. And Ben Johnson is more of a throwback coach than I think anybody would want to admit or acknowledge. He believes in the running game, and on second and short, what's the adage? It's like, you take your chances. You are going to take a risk because of a high reward. I find this fascinating. I wonder what the Bears think about this as they self-scout, because this is not something I was aware of. I think it's something that is very telling, and I wonder if they found it revealing, Clay, because you know that teams like to look at what their tendencies are, and if this is indeed the case, I wonder how they adjust to this.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I love it. I think it's like you're walking to the casino with free money coupons, right? You got a chance to take a swing. Most coaches treat second and one like a layup from the layup line. Ben Johnson says, okay, it's not a layup. I'm shooting this one from half court, from 30 feet. I'm going to go for the three, the big play. And why this is important, because the defense, they have to play the run. They have to play the quarterback sneak. They have to have the safeties up. And that's when you get some of these favorable matchups. He's not just a guy that's looking to, okay, we get the first, we move the chains. He goes, no, this is a chance. We have better probability because of the defensive call, and you have analytics on what they do in these short yardage situations to take a shot.
It also may seem counterintuitive to say this, but this is because he believes in the running game and the ability to get the short yardage.
He believes in the offensive line.
And the offensive line, because he figures if they don't succeed on second by going for it on second and short, they still can rely on the running game to get the tough yard on third and short.
Not to mention, Ben Johnson plays with all four downs, right? Like, this is somebody who considers all four opportunities to convert.
That's exactly
and so
right.
I think that's an important part of this, guys. And it made me think of his introductory press conference when he was asked about the tush push. And remember, someone was like, what do you think about it? And he goes, well, is it explosive?
Yeah.
Right? This is somebody who loves the explosive play and creating opportunities
because
downfield.
Short yardage situations open up the element of surprise. So he looks at that as an opportunity to go deep when other guys may look like, okay, let's do the tush push.
And personally, I like it as a tight end, as a former tight end, because this is when you can really sell the run. Where does Ben Johnson rank in play action passes? He's in the top 3. This is where you can sell it outside zone. You can get your tight ends out on a over route, an under route, or even a deep route when you got a guy like Colson Loveland that can run like a wide receiver. So that's something that is very important. When you have these big tight ends, you can bring them in. The defense goes, they're running the ball, they're trying to get the first down. Guess what?
Play action.
Colson Loveland is split out. Now you're play action then ball.
All right, let's go to our third down of this opening drive as Bears fans got an encouraging update regarding offensive tackle Ozzy Trapilo and his patellar tendon rehab. Strength and conditioning trainer Bailey Tangney posted a few clips of Ozzy Trapilo doing some upper body training, and it was noticeable Ozzy Trapilo not wearing a knee brace during these workouts. Clay, I know you're familiar with this injury, unfortunately. What do you make of Ozzy Trapilo's workout here, and do you think it's realistic that he could potentially see the field in 2026, although no one wants to say that just yet?
I think it's encouraging. It's definitely encouraging. He's in the weight room. He's getting stronger. Like, that's just about your mindset. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's a difference between getting an upper body workout in without a knee brace and playing left tackle in the NFL. So it's like you're seeing this race car in the garage that has the engine in it, but you haven't seen it going around the track at 180. So that's what you want to see. Can he set? Can he overset? Can he be ready to take on a pass rush? Can he block power? So that's the things you need to see. This is encouraging. He's getting work done. He's in the weight room, but there's still a long way to go, and I think it's possible.
Did you like his form in the bench press?
That was good form. Straight back when he's doing the floor presses.
You are
that
the
was
expert
good.
there.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
I'm with Clay. I think you have to be very careful to assign too much significance to that. I think it's great that he looks in shape, and it's great that he's working his upper body. He does need that. Every rookie does. And their first offseason will take a great leap. But I don't think he's going to be in the mix until, what did they say, maybe even late season at the earliest. So you want to be patient. They are protected at that position. They didn't address it necessarily in free agency other than Braxton Jones bringing him back. You trust him to go into the season with a little bit more health, a little bit more strength himself. He's been working out as well. So I like this because it does show that Ozzy Trapilo is taking his rehab seriously, like everyone expects.
Yeah, this is a situation where you have Braxton Jones, so you don't need to rush him back. If he's 85%, you don't rush him back. Left tackle is not a position you can do that. You got to be able to set with power. Got to be able to set quick. And if he does get healthy enough to play, I don't want to see you throw him in there as a starting tackle. Maybe you get a jumbo package where he gets 5, 6, 7 snaps a game, and you see how he does there. The next game, 7, 8, 9, and then you see how he does does in a jumbo package. We know Ben Johnson loves that. But I do not want to see him on the field unless he is 100% and he's been vetted in the game, not in practice when you're going about 75% as the season's going on.
Do you still view him as the Bears' surefire left tackle of the future?
No, I don't think so. I don't know that you can say that going into this season, given how things have changed. You would like to think that's true, but everything when you have an injury this serious and given the history of guys who have had this injury, you'd like to see him gradually and not put that kind of pressure on him. So I don't know that if you're Ryan Poles, you can count on that just yet.
No, you got to see him. He's got to prove it all over again. Yeah. Obviously, he had a solid rookie year. He did some really good things. He wasn't perfect, but now after this patellar tendon, he's got to prove it again. He's got to go out there and show that he's strong, he's quick, he can brace, he can block the power, he can block all these zone reads that Ben Johnson likes to run. So for me, you got to go out there, you got to prove it again after the knee injury, and then maybe we'll start talking about are you the long-term left tackle.
All right, it's been a while since we've checked in on Bears Stadium Watch, so let's do that right now for our fourth down. As before the draft, Kevin Warren did say that the Bears were targeting late spring, early summer for a decision on a location for the new stadium. So I'm checking my clock, guys. What's my calendar?
7th.
It's July 7th.
It's 7th of July.
It's
early summer.
Late spring?
It's very early summer.
It's very early summer.
It's very early summer.
What's summer to you? July, August?
Starting to feel like summer. A little warm up here.
There you go.
I think that this is a critical time in this, like all times it seems like have been critical. But I do know that talking to some people off the record on the other side of the border from Northwest Indiana officials, if you will, I don't want to say growing concern, but there's some antsiness. There was a belief that this would be taken care of by the end of June. And if they didn't hear anything by the end of June in terms of progress, there might be some consternation like, okay, what else do they need to do? I know they're testing in Hammond. I know there's some pushback from Porter County because of the tax issues and some local politicians there getting, I think, some pushback as well, as you would expect. But the governor of the state of Indiana remains committed to getting this done in Hammond, Indiana. I think this also has just bought time for the Bears to continue to work with legislators in the state of Illinois because Arlington Heights remains the most viable option.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason they're taking this long, because if they wanted to be in Hammond, I think that the road is a lot shorter there. This feels like a punt. The Bears are punting, and the ball just keeps rolling and keeps rolling, and we're trying to figure out who's going to down this, who's going to pick this up, and nobody has yet. So for me, I think Hammond makes the most sense right now, but to me it shows that the Bears really want to be in Arlington Heights, or they would go to Hammond.
Since, just for our records and for fun, when do we change from early summer to midsummer?
Well, I think
can I just mark something down?
Summer started, I think, June 22nd. So I think we're looking at the second week of summer. So early is probably at any time after July 15th would be midsummer. Yeah. I think the All-Star game is the Midsummer Classic.
Okay.
Ooh, so anything after the All-Star break would be late summer.
All right. I just want to
time
finish
is
line.
ticking.
Yeah, time's ticking.
Yes.
As if it hasn't been for 5 years.